grounded, he will.
It's the Skinny on Sports Podcast with Aaron Cowk.
I throw balls far. You want good words? Data language.
Talk real sports with a real man.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
And now, here's the be-all, end-all, know-it-all of high school, college, and pro sports. Aaron Skinny Cowk with the Skinny on Sports.
We're talking about practice, man. I'm the MVP.
And a good Wednesday morning out there, Western Oklahoma. Welcome to the Skinny on Sports right here on 98.1 FM. The Sports Animal. Hope everybody had a wonderful Independence Day holiday yesterday. Back at it today. As Jared said earlier, the only problem with the 4th of July is you got to go to work on the 5th of July. One of the things that the 4th of July is known for, the hot dog eating contest. Did you watch it?
Well, I attempted to, but the weather delay got me all out of whack, so I didn't know when it was going to come on. At first, I saw a thing. I waited and waited and waited, and then I saw a thing that said it was canceled. So I gave up. And then I saw that
it happened.
It happened.
Joey Chestnut, again. I've got the stats from what he did yesterday.
Okay.
Like health stats we can get into.
Oh. Does this make your wife sick watching that? Does that because of what she does?
A little bit. We were able to watch the ladies. Like right at the end, flipped it over there. Joey was just polishing, and like he'd just finished. And
right.
then the ladies happened. We watched that.
From the text line, it was disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, it
is a little cringeworthy, for sure.
When they dip the buns into the water.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. The buns in the water, soggy buns, count me out. They're replaying it like on, man, my days are so screwed up because today feels like Monday. One of the days over the weekend, it was Sunday like around noon. And we were in a restaurant and they had it on the big screen and everyone was talking about that. And like, man, this is not what I want to watch when I'm about to eat right now. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the soggy buns. And I get it. They soak it so it goes down. It's gross. It's gross.
It's the grossest part, by far.
Yeah.
It's almost like they shouldn't be able to do that.
I would enter a hot dog eating contest and then just take my time and eat the free hot dogs.
Yeah. Like in the ladies, one lady got 9, and you're just wondering, was she just hungry?
Yeah, exactly.
And not really competing.
I would just prepare like, okay, here we go. And then they start it, and I just take my time and ask for some ketchup over here.
Anybody got any chili and cheese?
Some relish, please. A little relish over here. Thank you.
All right, so we'll hit that. Ricky Fowler, popular win over the weekend.
Yeah.
At the Rocket Mortgage. First win since 2019, his 6th win. Hit that. We'll have Cade Sanford in about 9:30. Maybe.
Might have some bread. I don't know why your wife's texting me.
Oh, my phone. I don't have my phone.
Oh, okay.
What's it saying?
He forgot.
Oh.
But he is asking if he could do it over the phone.
Okay. Well,
so
text. I don't have my phone. Yeah, I left my phone at the house.
I will relay all the info. We can do it over the phone.
Okay.
I'm not sure I got his number.
We'll have to call him. Anyway, the Elk City Youth Tackle Football Camp coming up, a week from Saturday. Some OU players out. We'll talk to him about that, hopefully. If not, we can do it before. Catch up on how your holiday was. It feels like I haven't been in here forever.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Welcome back to the studio.
And then recap the state baseball tournaments as well from Clinton, Weatherford, and Salisaw. So that's kind of what we got on our minds. Feel free to chime in on what's on your mind. 225-9698 is the phone or the text line. 225-9698. Give us a call, shoot us a text. Talk about any of those things, whatever else is on your mind. Feel free to chime right in. 225-9698. If you're outside the area, of the listening area, you can stay in touch with us live. A couple of different ways. Log on to kadsam.com. Download the app. The app, Paragon Communications app, has it all. It's got radio stations. It's got the Penny News That brand new edition of that Penny News hit the website last night at midnight. ThePennyNews.com. Check out that. Pre-copies of the print edition of Penny News will start filtering out this evening. And by tomorrow morning, you can go find one each at your favorite local newsstand. And of course, the podcast is out there, Skinny on Sports Podcast. It's missed the show entirely. You can go find that anywhere podcasts are. How are you today, Jared?
I'm well.
How was your holiday?
It was good. I like that long holiday. Big thank you to our higher ups for giving us Monday off. That was nice. No, it was good. It was real good. How was yours?
It really doesn't feel like I've been to work in a while.
I know, right?
I guess starting what? Well, Monday.
Like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, no. No, holiday was great. Played golf here in the one-man mulligan, the Firecracker Open.
Yeah.
And it's always a fun day because our group is always our old high school golf team.
Oh, that's fun.
So four of the five of us that were on the team in our junior year that won state were able to play. Twyman wasn't able to play because he hurt his wrist, so he wasn't. He was out there hanging out, but he wasn't able to play. So that's always a fun time. I don't know. Hunt was out of town. He'll play with us sometimes too, Coach Hunt. But no, it was tons of fun, and it's always more fun when you win. It turns out. Didn't win the whole tournament, but I won my flight. So hey,
well, there you go.
Hello, score one for the good guys.
There you go.
Cooked a bunch of good food. Oh, what did you cook?
My mother-in-law stepped up and made ribs.
Oh,
so we had some barbecue ribs. That was the main dish. How about you?
I cooked a whole beef tenderloin.
Oh wow!
On I guess Monday, and it was delicious. And there's a whole bunch of it left over, so it's going to make a few meals.
Oh, good.
It's going to be a few meals worth with that. So that's going to be a popular item around our house. Outside of that, we didn't try to count the days run together, right? What is this Wednesday?
This is Wednesday.
Didn't cook yesterday. Cooked that on Monday. I don't remember. Anyway, it was fun. Did you pop any fireworks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how fast $100 can go. That was my cap. It's okay. We get $100 worth of fireworks. That's what we did. I was telling you earlier, we got like a 200 string of black cats, and my kid thought, oh, that'll be awesome. It'll last forever. No, that's like 5 seconds worth. Maybe. And no, it was fun. We had, it wasn't anything crazy fireworks, just, the sparklers and, some of the big boom stuff. Enough to keep the girls happy. They enjoyed it. How about you? None?
None. Wyatt's not here, so.
Was your neighborhood going crazy, or is that, how is it in Elk City? In Canute's kind of free for all. Is it kind of monitored a little better?
Yeah, there was, all around, it's felt like that there was fireworks going off.
Yeah.
In different directions. But it didn't.
Our neighbor is about a block over. They really go all out. And God bless them, because, they do the big ones, big mortar shells and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so here I am in my front drive doing these little ones, and then you hear, poof, and they're right above us, my kid. I'm thinking, hey, fine. If they want to spend all that money and entertain my kids, go for it. Mine was kind of like the pre-show, and then theirs were going off, and they were enjoying theirs more than ours. But no, it's fun in Canute because, like I said, it's kind of free for all, but it's responsible. People are being responsible with it, and you can get a show just pretty much. You just sit in your front lawn, you can see anybody's.
Yeah, that's where it seemed like it was all around, at different anywhere you looked. It was good stuff. So.
Yeah.
4th of July, one of the best days of the year for sure.
Oh, sure it is. It's fun.
So last week,
holiday.
The OK Kids State Baseball tournaments wrapped up all across the state of Oklahoma. 8U was in Clinton, 10U was in Weatherford, 12U was in Salisaw. The 8U state champ was Prague. They beat Washington in the championship game, so Washington the runner-up. 12U.
There's a big write-up before you move on. Did you see that write-up about Prague?
I did.
What? I did kind of glance through it. They said it was
Yeah.
their first town state title in anything.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I thought, man, really? I mean,
It's not true.
I don't know if that's true. Maybe just at that level. I don't know. I have to go back and read that article.
Yeah, I saw the headline of it. Well, I mean, Prague beat Elk City in the – maybe it was for boys. Prague beat Elk City in the finals of girls basketball in, 1993? It's like a triple overtime game.
Oh, I'm looking it up. Don't kid yourself.
So, yeah, Prague and Washington were the final. Prague won that. Purcell is the 10U champ. They beat Fletcher in the finals. And then the Elk City Crushers made it all the way to the finals on Friday and then ran into the Sallisaw Cardinals. Sallisaw Cardinals were a very good team. It started out, they scored 6 runs in the first. From there, the Crushers, the last 5 innings, it was 2-1 for us. But you get behind 6-0 against a good team, it's hard to come back. So
Heck
good,
of a run.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. It was. It was a lot of fun, and they could have. After that first inning, I was thinking, well, we're going to get home a little bit earlier than I thought, because this game's only going to go 4 innings. So kudos to those guys for battling the way that they did, and not letting it just get completely out of hand. I think that was the 10U state championship game 2 years ago between those same 2 teams, and it got out of hand. Sallisaw just whipped them. So much better performance, even though in a loss, but it was a lot of fun. Good year, and nobody there leaving wouldn't trade winning that game for winning here in about 3 or 4 years. So
Yeah.
Just good experience, though. It was a lot of fun, and so just got too far behind there early to be able to take home the state championship. But good run, good,
you
a lot of fun.
Yeah, you want to be in those games, and still came home with hardware. But you're right; it's about 3 or 4 years down the road.
Yeah, that's
getting them used to playing in those games, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, heck of a run. I enjoyed watching. I was watched some in my office, and got home. What night was that? Friday?
Yeah, Friday was
Friday
the
night,
end.
watching that one. Even though they got behind, put in a good effort there. So they should be very proud.
Have you watched any of the Summer League?
I watched the Thunder or NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the Thunder the other night.
What'd you think?
Man, Trey Mann, holy moly. How about that dunk? Chet was, I think, as expected. Maybe not as dominant as his debut a year ago, but he looked very solid. And I was a little nervous what his return would be like. Would he be too timid? And it didn't look like that. He played some solid minutes. It looked all solid to me, but it's Summer League, so I'm not trying to put too much stock into it. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, you want the guys that played well better play well, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jalen Williams. 8 of 14, 3 of 5 from 3. Yeah, he ought to. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what needs to happen.
Exactly.
I thought Chet was the difference. I think that we're going to get to see this year with actually having somebody at the rim that's taller than 6'8" or whatever, to be able to protect the rim. Now, I'm sure tonight when they play Memphis, I believe, last year when the Kenny Lofton, the big thick guy, that was all the rage, that he just bullied Chet around, and I'm sure we'll get to see a little bit of that and hear a little bit of that and read some of that coming out of the game tonight. But that's not what he is. He's not necessarily just a guy that's going to stand down there and bang away. He's more of the, he's going to be there, coming over to help, block shots. I think that's what we got to see. The full array of what he can do. I think that it's going to be just a ton. I think it's going to be a ton of fun to see what this team can be.
Absolutely.
They made a bunch of different moves here. You know,
Yeah, a lot's happened since we've been in studio together.
yeah. So, Patty Mills. They signed Vasily Micic, the 29-year-old former EuroLeague MVP. Who else did they trade for?
Oladipo.
Yeah, Victor Oladipo. That's right. My mind went completely blank trying to think of that. And it cost nothing. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
It cost them absolutely nothing to make those moves because of the salary cap situation they were in and all the room that they had to add some of these guys. So I still think it's a work in progress. I have no idea really what the roster is going to look like come, training camp and the first of the season coming up in the fall. How they're going to finish that out is Oladipo's been hurt. Can he come back and be healthy? If so, he's been a pretty good player in this league. Already been on the Thunder once, and now back. And Patty Mills is one of those guys off the bench. It's like they made some of these moves to maybe be more in the running than what we thought.
Well, I kind of had that I had that opinion about it with the draft, with who they took and how they got them. And I know you're kind of different, so it made me think, does this change your opinion? Does this make you think they're in a more of a win now attitude?
No. But they've got these guys that are kind of that. I don't know if they just have them to trade them and try to acquire more assets.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, that's a good point,
too. It's kind of strange. I know what they're doing. They have to get to the floor and the salary and all that, and they're able to make the moves because they have that space underneath the salary cap. And so, but yeah, these are moves to kind of finish out a roster when you're going for it, as opposed to what I thought was going to be way more of a another building year, another development year, while also being, tanking, I think, is completely done for what we've seen.
I think that's what
it's
I think
over.
To clarify, that's what I meant, is that the tanking's done. It's not. They're not making moves to get worse. They're making moves to get better. And also, I think I said this Friday when Scotty G was helping out, that I don't think they're. When I say going for it, they're not at championship level yet, but I don't think they're at tanking level. I think they're going to try to get better than what they were last year, and this is a part of the whole process. I have to keep telling myself, too, after these moves, this isn't Oladipo, the first iteration of him when he was with the Thunder or when he was drafted by Orlando. This isn't Patty Mills, who was on those championship runs of San Antonio. But it kind of feels like, okay, let's get some veteran guys in here to kind of guide these young guys, and I don't think it makes them worse bringing them in. But the guy from Europe, though, kind of that one intrigues me the most.
Oh, for sure. Micic.
Yeah, help me with his name.
Vasily Micic. I can't wait. This is one of those guys that you kind of hear about, and a bunch of times they never make it, right? You always hear these names and the legends of these guys and what they can do and what they've done in Europe, and you never really get to see them. Alex Abrinas was like that for a long time, and the next thing you know, he showed up. And this guy is one of those. So, man, it just – even after drafting Wallace, it seemed like there was such a huge logjam in the lineup. Where do the minutes come from? And now, even since we talked about the draft pick, adding – 3 more guys that are veterans. That's why I'm interested to see exactly what they're going to decide to do. Is this the end of Poku and JRE? Obviously, they didn't re-sign Lindy Waters. Some of those guys that we've seen, is it the end of them, or is this just a way to have more ammo for Sam Presti to remake the roster in a different way? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, even like the Micic dude. I don't know if we're ever going to see him in a Thunder unit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They signed him for, 3 years and 20-something million?
23.5.
23. But I'm still not convinced we're going to see him.
Really?
I don't know. I'm just not. Where are the minutes coming from? Because of the way that the roster is. Or I think there's times when you watch a team more closely than some others, maybe you start to overrate the guys that you're more familiar with. Does that make sense? Like the Kenrich Williamses of the world. Because they're on your team, you think they're better than maybe what they are. And so upgrades need to happen. That could be possible here too. Aaron Wiggins. Sure, he looks like a good player. Seems like he is. Seems like he affects winning. I think last year he started like 13 or 14 games, and the Thunder only lost one of them because of his contributions,
Yeah.
But having said all that, maybe these are upgrades over some of those guys? I just think it's going to be fascinating to see when the ball is rolled out for the first game in October, exactly which 12 or 15 guys are there and who's kind of bouncing back and forth to the blue and all that kind of thing. Because I really didn't see any of this stuff coming outside of the Micic, and we kind of heard about that he was here and visiting and wanted to play in the NBA. But all of a sudden, when you look up and you got Victor Oladipo and it's those names that you think to yourself, dang. Wish we'd have had those guys back, in 2016 and 2012 or whatever, with the Patty Mills.
Oladipo, he had some contributions in Miami this past season.
Yeah, until he's hurt. I mean, that's just a total health thing with him. I mean, what you gave up, which was nothing to get him, it's kind of like a home run swing. And if you connect, okay. I mean, he could be a heck of a guy coming off the bench, that's for sure. And if not, what did you really lose to be able to get him? So, interesting weekend, I thought, for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, a lot happened.
And Summer League is just now really going to get cranked up. Last game in Utah tonight, and then they go to Las Vegas, which also, I think tomorrow, the 6th, July 6th, is when the Wallace trade becomes official, so then he can start playing in the Summer League for the Thunder.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah,
I didn't see him. Yeah.
It's just the timing of when those trades are able to be official with the start of the league year on July the 1st, which starts free agency and all that. And so it was just one of those things that just the way it is. But I think tomorrow is when that trade becomes official. He's officially a member of the Thunder, and then he can get out and start doing some Summer League stuff. Anything else in the NBA? Dame? Does it seem inevitable that that's Miami, or?
I don't know if the two parties can come to an agreement. And I was just hearing from stuff earlier today about how the market for him isn't much of one. And I wonder if Portland is asking too much in return. I don't know. But it seems like it's Miami or nobody for Lillard. And I don't know if they usually when you hear this stuff, you hear the trade rumors and the preferred destinations, and eventually it shakes out and they come to an agreement. But it's another one of those situations where we're just going to sit back and when inevitably does it happen? I don't know. But I've heard the market is just not very attractive for Lillard. And is Lillard? Listen, I get it. I mean, bank on yourself, gamble on yourself. But I mean, at what point do we start talking? I don't know. How old is he? He's been in the league for a minute, and is that playing against him? Like, man, you're overvaluing yourself. Does that make sense? Is there a market for him? Outside of Portland, does anyone else really need him? And are they willing to give up a lot what Portland's going to be asking for to get him. I just don't know.
He's 32 years old. Yeah, I mean, if you're Portland, I don't just give him away.
No. I agree with Portland on that one.
And what the heck can Miami? I mean, we think about what can Miami give up that wouldn't. Tyler Hero was the name you hear. But really, when somebody kind of puts a trade package together that you read about this thing, and for me, I go, that's all that they're getting back for Dame Lillard? Ugh. That ain't it.
Yeah.
That ain't great. So maybe they're just and another problem for if you're Portland is your leverage is completely gone when he says that's where he wants to go. It takes a lot of the leverage that you could have maybe trying to create a market for him with another team and another, get into talks with somebody just only to be able to sweeten the pot from Miami. But when it does seem like that's the only place he'll go, all of a sudden that kind of takes your bargaining power away. So it seemed like it was inevitable last week that he was going to be gone. Mm-hmm. Now as things have kind of shaken out a little bit, I'm not so sure that he doesn't start the year in Portland.
Right.
And then work on, and then, we'll see what happens as the season moves along. But it felt like at the middle of last week that this was happening and it was going to be over and he's in Miami. And now it's kind of like everybody pumped the brakes a little bit once Portland actually got to see what people were willing to give up. It's kind of like, well, man, I don't know if we want to just give him away like that.
Yeah.
And I totally get it. I mean,
yeah.
When you see some of the trade package, I mean, right here, some of the trade packages that Sam Presti's been able to extract for similar type players as far as where they are in the league, from Paul George to Russ or whoever, I can understand why Portland's kind of looking around going, not so fast, my friend.
Exactly.
Not so fast.
Yep.
But Summer League tonight, Thunder play Memphis. I think 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Our time is the tip. See a little bit more Chet.
Hey, to clarify, it's Prague's first baseball title.
Baseball.
They have one other title. That's first any kind of baseball state title.
There you go. The 8U Praguesters programming note. We'll have Cade tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep, we'll do tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Perfect.
Cade Sanford will be here talking about the Elk City Youth Tackle Football Camp coming up a week from Saturday, July 14th. Is that right? 15th, 14th?
A week from Saturday is the 15th.
15th.
That is correct.
Let me make sure. I know that's the date.
I think the flyer's in here somewhere. Yep.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah. I believe it is.
There it is. Yep, 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock, the 15th. Registration starts at 7. OU football players, Danny Stutzman, Marcus Stripling, General Booty, Tawi Walker, Justin Harrington, Key Lawrence, Jaleel Farouk, Andrew Rame, Jonah Laolu. How you say that?
Yeah, I
one?
did the same thing. I feel bad.
Can't remember. Laolu, Reggie Grimes, Kelvin Gilliam, Ethan Downs, who got married over the weekend, I saw.
Oh, really?
On social medias.
Congratulations.
Also, Jackson Arnold. So the true freshman sensation quarterback will be here as well. A good mix of all kinds of different
position
groups coming out for that.
Yeah.
A week from Saturday. Kate will be in here tomorrow to tell us more about that. What do you think about Ricky Fowler winning?
Hey, good for him. That was big time. He made some big putts from what I saw.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to slip away from him on like 15 and 16, missing some putts that could have really kind of closed the door. Then all of a sudden, birdies 17 and 18, and then 18 again. in the playoff to come back and win. It sure seems like that win was really, really popular, not only with the fans, but you know who else? The other players.
Oh yeah,
he must be a really good dude.
I've never heard a bad thing said about him, honestly.
Right.
From other players or just general media talk, you never hear a bad thing about him. And I think that the kind of slump he went through, that whole thing, kind of, I don't know if he need humbling, but maybe that humbled him a little bit, saying I could lose all this just like that. My game can go bad and I'm not good anymore, whatever. And he kind of took a step back and changed some things, and then and here he is competing. So, and I think players see that too. It's like this guy he's made a change in this next step in his career where he can still be an effective golfer and a challenging golfer too. And I think people appreciate that, especially the players.
Yeah, because I think unlike most of us, the players themselves know exactly how hard it is to win, how hard it is, heck, to come back.
Yeah.
From what he came back from. Went back working with Butch Harmon. I think that's clearly been a positive in this return to the winner's circle for Ricky. But I was just kind of taken aback by how popular a win it seemed like with the player. I mean, he's one of those guys that fans, you can tell, really like, always have. From coming out of OSU, wearing the orange on Sundays, and he always has been one of those guys that fans have gravitated towards and liked. But the players have also, it seems like, are the exact same way. So awesome for him to get back in the winner's circle. And quite frankly, when you look back, over the past 6 months to a year, outside of, say, Scotty Scheffler, John Rahm, not many have been better than him. And maybe, I guess we put Taylor Gooch in that category, who won his third live event. It was a good day for OSU, former OSU golfers, wasn't it?
That's right.
With Gooch winning there, and then Ricky Fowler winning on the PGA Tour. So now we kind of have 1 week off until we get ready for Royal Liverpool in the final major of the year, the Open. Did you see this? Sergio Garcia will not be in the field for the first time in 26 years.
Wow.
At the Open.
Why? I didn't see that.
Didn't qualify.
Just didn't qualify. Wow.
And he tied for 6th in the qualifier, missed it by 3 shots. So no Sergio Garcia at the Open Championship coming up next weekend. Excuse me. Anything else kind of catch your eye from over the weekend?
We're hopping around here. It's fun. Well, how about the Angels? I mean, you lose 2 of your All-Stars to injury in 2 days.
Yeah, I just saw a list.
Mike Trout out for 10 days with a broken wrist or thumb or something. And then last night I was watching the Angels and Padres while I was floating in the pool, enjoying my weekend, my 4th of July. And, it's fun for you and me, what we do, watching a game on mute and then seeing kind of
mm-hmm.
And I was seeing man, Ohtani's struggling here. What's going on? And I remember thinking, is he hurt? Surely he's not hurt. Well, he wasn't. It's not an extreme injury, but a blister on a hand, on a finger, that'll get you out of pitching. And that takes a little bit off of everything. And you saw with the back-to-back home runs and the Padres getting that win. But that's big, man. That's big for the it's a bad thing for Anaheim, who's trying to scratch and claw their way into the West, right behind Houston and Texas, respectively. So even with just a guy on 10-day, and then you had Rendon go down.
Yeah.
They could not tank, but they could fall where they can't get back because of how good the top is. So that's bad for baseball, because if you don't see Ohtani in the postseason, or Mike Trout in the postseason. That's something we want as fans. But hopefully for my rooting interest, not at the. Hopefully it doesn't mean Texas is out of it, but you hate to see it. So hopefully it's not a big thing, and maybe this All-Star break that's coming up is a good thing for the Angels.
Yeah, it's a man 10-day. The 10-day list for Mike Trout for a broken left wrist. That doesn't seem like very long. Yeah,
right? 10 days? Maybe 10 days and reevaluate it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But, yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that those three guys, they're three All-Stars,
in 2
from
days.
years past in consecutive games are now out.
Bad situation for the Angels.
No doubt. Okay, so I have these stats. The Joey Chestnut stats.
Yes.
On what exactly he consumes. So first off, is Joey Chestnut the most dominant athlete of all time?
Well, we're using athlete very loosely here, aren't we? Come on. He's not an athlete. That's another argument, right? Do you consider him an athlete? Some would say yes because they have to train their stomachs for this and train their bodies for this, just like an athlete would have to train to perform on the basketball court or baseball diamond or football field. But it's hard for me to label these guys as athletes. Have you seen some of these guys that come out?
No, it's interesting because
they don't look like athletes to me.
Well, but the guys that you would think that, like when you hear, okay, this guy just ate 62 hot dogs in 12 minutes, you think he'd be a big, giant, fat guy.
Sure, yeah.
But you don't really see big, giant, fat guys up there doing this.
No.
Now, I'm not making the case that they're athletes by saying that, but
I would say they're talented people.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
But he's dominating that competition. I'm not calling it a sport.
16 out of 17.
This event should be on the Food Network, not ESPN.
Yeah.
But he's dominant. I see the tweets and the social media stuff just praising him, and part of me is like, is this tongue in cheek? Are they just kind of like, when they say list the most dominant individual in this competition ever, put him on the Mount Rushmore next to Michael Jordan and Babe Ruth. I'm like, come on, man. You're doing this just to get a rise out of people, and you seriously don't believe that.
Yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and call him an athlete. So here's
I want to hear these numbers.
Billy said I think he weighs 195.
I wonder if they weigh him before and after.
I would love to know how much weight he gained. So,
how many did he eat yesterday?
62.
62?
How many calories do you think that is?
Oh, no telling. I'm horrible with calories. I don't watch calories. I don't know.
Got any guess? What are we supposed to? The recommended is what, 2,000 a day?
Oh, then it's way past that.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
18,414 calories. 1,129 grams of fat. 1,488 grams of carbohydrates, and 682 grams of protein. It's like almost 2 weeks worth that he mowed down in 12 minutes.
That is unreal. Do you think he throws him up?
You're not supposed to. No, you have to keep him down or you don't win.
How long do you have to keep him down?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I mean, is he throwing up today, getting it out of him? I know there's a documentary. Isn't there a 30 for 30 about these things? I never watched it.
I've never seen it either.
I need to watch it.
I keep on saying 12 minutes. 10 minutes.
I'm attempting to find out how much.
I'm looking at the rules.
How many? 61, you say?
62.
62.
Each competitor has 10 minutes to eat as many hot dogs as possible. 5 buns and hot dogs at a time. Let's see here.
Just seeing how long they got to keep it down.
Okay, it just says any eater who vomits during the competition is disqualified.
Well, I can understand that.
So I guess maybe. I mean, there's been controversy about this in the past. Like Kobayashi, when the last one that maybe he won, there was some accusations that he actually did vomit, but they didn't call it. So I guess maybe just right after it's over. I mean, as soon as the bell rings, if you haven't vomited, then you're good.
I guess.
Yeah, Billy's right. Think about the shock that would put into your body.
By the way, it's about 6.1 pounds of food that he ate, give or take. Yeah, from the text line. Yeah, I imagine this is coming out everywhere. I mean, I'm not quoting the text line. I mean, it's coming up one way. I mean, you can't just, right? You can't just hold on to that.
Yeah, like the maintenance on his body after it's over.
Yeah.
So in 2021, he ate 76.
It's unreal.
Do you think, okay, here's the question, because I ate 2 hot dogs yesterday at the golf course. Do you think there's any chance you eat 76 hot dogs in a whole year?
In a year?
In a year. Lifetime probably.
Oh, sure.
In a year.
A year? I don't think I consume that many hot dogs in a year.
I don't know if I get to 20 in a year.
I'm trying to think. We can. I mean, I had hot dogs on.
I had 2 yesterday.
Was it Monday night? Yeah, I cooked up some hot dogs. Had 2. But it's 4th of July. You know, I probably eat more hot dogs during the summer than I do the winter time.
Yeah, for sure.
If I'm at a basketball game, I'm not necessarily getting hot dogs. I'm getting Frito chili pies every time I go. If I'm at the concession stand, so that's my go-to food. No, I'm not eating that much.
In the last week, I've had 3 hot dogs. I had one at Salisaw, and I had 2 yesterday.
Am I doing the math wrong?
What do you think?
I feel like you have to eat like 3.5 a day.
No.
No. I'm doing the math wrong. I don't know where I got that number. No,
you'd have to eat. It's about 6 a week. I'm sorry, a month. About 6 a month. Because 6 times 12 is 72.
I mean, if you're a family that has like we have gravitated to every Tuesday night, we're having some kind of Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
Typically starts with tacos, Taco Tuesday. So I and I'm eating maybe 2 or 3 at a time in that serving. But if you're a family, it's like, okay, tonight's hot dog night.
Right.
Yeah, sure, you can get to that number in a year.
See here, Will has hit the jackpot. He's exactly right about this. With all the sausage options that are out there, why in the world would you put a hot dog on the grill?
When you're in a hurry and you don't feel like
cooking abroad or cooking.
Just open up the hot dog. Let's go.
Microwave them up and move on.
Like we had hot dogs, like I said, Monday night, probably because we knew we're going to be eating a lot on Tuesday. So let's just have some hot dogs and not go crazy tonight. And we just threw the hot dogs on the grill.
Just give them a little roll around on the grill.
I got them nice and plump. I was outside cooking, had the Thunder game on, just enjoying the nice weather. Yeah.
Do corn dogs count?
Do corn dogs count?
No.
It has to be a hot dog on a bun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm going to say. Has to be. It has to be Yeah, a bun and a dog. Yeah, there's no chance I get to 70-some
No way.
in a year. 20, maybe, but not 70-some. I mean, I really wonder what he's like today.
Probably very gassy if it was me.
1,488 carbs. They didn't all get metabolized. Wrapping up a Wednesday morning edition of the show. Interesting question posed on the text line. Do like jalapeno cheddar sausage, does that count? See, when
you put it on a bun.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a hot dog.
Those are brats, right?
Yeah, I would think that's
Considered a
a
brat.
brat.
Yeah. They're in the hot dog family.
I just don't think those count. Those hot dogs.
Those are good, though. Those jalapeno cheddar.
Oh,
Man, those are good. Yeah.
shout out to Drew. He said you had to play in a lot of golf tournaments to eat that many hot dogs. That's the only time I eat them. It's about right. He also played 10 playoff holes yesterday
My goodness.
and won. Finally won on the 10th playoff hole. I thought I had it bad playing 5
Wow.
playoff holes, and he played 10 of them.
Bonus golf.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had an emergency 9 and 1
I like it.
to try to win his playoff. And finally did. The only thing worse than playing 10 holes in a playoff would be losing after playing 10 holes of a playoff.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do it, you might as well win.
Yep.
And he did.
You know, just random thought. Remember during the College World Series, the horrible call by Ravitch on the home run? I think I found one worse.
Uh-oh.
Kind of. I remember thinking this, and I feel vindicated that people kind of responded that way on Twitter too. I know it's summer league, and you're not getting the A+ broadcasters on the broadcast, A+ play-by-play. Although Holly Rowe was there on Monday night, but the posterization dunk by Trey Mann was butchered because they're talking to one Kelly Olynyk or whatever his name is. Olynyk. And the worst part when they do that is when a play happens against their team and they just ignore it.
Yeah.
They don't acknowledge it.
That happens on the Thunder broadcast.
And they're just talking. Yeah, you're right. But this was talking about how great the Jazz are and how bright their future is and da-da-da. And then that play happened and they just, Anyways, so we're going to be practicing it. I'm like, come on, man. You have to acknowledge that greatness there. That was, I don't care if you're a fan of the Thunder or not or whatever. That was an awesome play of basketball, and they just pretended it didn't happen. It's kind of a bummer.
Q said I was in the pool during that playoff. I think I was the winner. Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
It's 100%. I mean, I'm not built for 5 extra playoff holes. I'm just not in that heat. Ooh, and I don't know what I'd have done if I'd had played 10. Hey, what do you think did you see what the odds were for Joey Chestnut winning yesterday?
No, I bet he was the favorite pretty heavily.
You think?
Yeah.
You got any guesses?
No, what were they?
Minus 5,000.
Wow.
So that means you have to bet $5,000 to win 100. So his odds from 2016 to now. So in 2016, he was plus 150. So bet 100 to win 150. Then starting in 2017, he's just gradually he was minus 350 in 2017, minus 550 in 18, minus 900 in 19, minus 1250 in 20, 1,400 in 21, 3,000 last year, and minus 5,000 yesterday. Would you ever consider laying $5,000 to win 100?
No. I like my money. There's no way. Would you?
I don't think so. I mean,
there's easier, less anxiety-inducing ways to earn $100.
Yeah.
So no, I
I mean, what if he choked?
Like literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if he tripped going up the stage and fell down and had to be taken to the hospital, couldn't compete? Yeah, there's no way.
Even though you feel pretty confident that you'll win $100.
Again, if I'm that hard pressed to find $100, if I need $100, I'll find other ways to do it. Within reason. I can just wait for I can't wait for the texters to chime in on that one.
That's a massive favorite.
Yes, it is.
Massive. Man, you would have won. You would have won easily.
Mm-hmm.
Easily winner. All right. You going to watch Summer League tonight?
What I can. Kid has practice tonight. We're practicing in the Arrowhead tonight because it's dead week. Can't be in the school gyms.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Hope I could say that. But when we get home, I'll see what we got. How about you? You know, I'm anxious for Friday night. Wembanyama makes his debut.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's going to be fun to just, even though he's not on the Thunder, he's just going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, people are going to be interested. It's going to be a heavily watched Summer League game for sure.
No doubt. Everybody have a great Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow right here on the Skinny on Sports.
You've been listening to the Skinny on Sports podcast with Aaron Cow. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to get alerts of when the latest podcast is available. Thanks for listening.
That ball is blistered to right. Way